Good morning, all, and we are going to start this session in a couple of minutes. Sir, ma'am, who are there in the participants? Can you please confirm? Am I audible? Am I clearly audible, ma'am? Sir, can someone confirm in the chat area? Am I audible? Hello, sir. Am I audible? Hello. Can someone confirm in the chat area? Am I audible or not? Good morning, Marshall, sir. Am I audible, sir? Marshall, sir. Am I audible?
Sir, you're audible, sir. Am I
All right,
audible,
sir.
sir?
Yes, you are audible, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, I'm just giving the screen share. You just check it, sir.
Am I visible, sir?
Yeah, you are visible too. And can you please check, sir? Can you share the PPT, sir?
Is it visible, sir?
Yes, great, sir. Great.
Okay, sir.
All right, sir. You just run through
Okay.
that so that we will start this session exactly by live a name, sir. Okay. Another
Okay, sir.
15 minutes
Okay,
we
sir.
will
I'll wait,
start
sir.
this
No
session,
issues.
sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, ma'am, good morning, and we are going to start the session in a couple of minutes. So we, as we said, like 11 o'clock, like we are just waiting for another 2 more minutes, and we are about to start the session. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, like no need of sharing any of your personal details, sir, in the chat area. You may use chat area only for asking some queries related to the session or anything related to the cyber information security, right? So good morning all, and we welcome you all for this session on the cyber hygiene for prevention of cyber security incidents. All right. So let me give a brief introduction about like why we are organizing these kind of sessions, especially for all the government organizations and government employees. 1 minute, please. So as we all know, like every month, first Wednesday of every month, we are observing the Cyber Jagrata Divas. So like this session, we are planning as part of the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, to present like this Cyber Jagrata Divas. So this session is in through virtual and instructor mode. So why are we observing this Cyber Jagrata Divas? So the objective of this initiative is to create awareness for all, among the employees and their families and entire organization, like in terms of department or ministry, for the prevention of cyber crimes. So the objective of this session is to create awareness among the various user groups, including the government officials and the family members and all. So the how we are organizing this is like one is like this kind of direct awareness workshops in virtual mode, on various topics. As you all know, like from April onwards, we are organizing these series of awareness session on first Wednesday of every month. So as of now, we have covered reasonably more than 10 topics related to the cyber hygiene practices. And if it is required, like we are ready to do more and more sessions also. So like one is organizing these awareness sessions. And besides this, like we're also organizing 1-day training program, 5-day training program to all the government officials, from the various ministries and departments. So this is one way of we are trying to reach. So besides that, like we're also organizing, user engagement programs. Like it could be a quiz programs, and we every day like we are sharing the cyber security tip of the day video and a lot of infographics material and lot of awareness videos, to understand on various concepts and various aspects of the cyber security. So like everywhere, like we are focusing on the cyber hygiene practices, like where we can follow as part of our professional life as well as personal life. So that is the key point, like where we are trying to organize these sessions by covering various topics related to the information security. So like all the, as I said, like all the officials from various ministries, department, mighty and its organizations, everyone can participate in this. So like by end of these sessions, like not in a single session, as I told you, like we have organized n number of sessions, from April onwards. So like we have covered various aspects related to the social engineering attacks and how to kept a strong password. I think that is that we are covering every time as part of our sessions. And we also covered the financial security, like when someone is using financial transactions on various platforms, like what are the things someone should take care. And social media we have covered, including the privacy and security settings and knowledge and safeguard the digital devices. Like each and everyone are using various electronic devices, which could be, either your smartphone or it could be your laptop, desktop, or whatever it is. So all those aspects also we were covering, like how do you secure yourself and managing the security privacy aspects at individual level, organizational level. So which is very, very important, individual as well as organizational level. So organizational level, we are evident and we have seen so many news articles in many other times. So one single, email ID or one single system, which will lead to an entire organizational problem, right? So for that, to patch up or to avoid such kind of issues, we are organizing these various cyber hygiene practices course. So in the organization, all the employees are equally responsible. It is not that like sang team is there, CISO is there, like they will take care of the entire infrastructure, network systems and all the things. No, so they also will take care, and each and every member of the organization are equally important to safeguard the entire organization. So that way, this kind of awareness is essential to each and every member of the organization or department or ministry, so that you can safeguard yourself in the digital space. At the same time, you also safeguard the organizational reputation. So by end of the day, organization reputation is important, okay, in the cyberspace, right? So that is the reason. So these sessions are organized as part of the Information Security Education Awareness Project by the HRD Department of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So I think most of the people might aware like what is Information Security Education and Awareness Program objective. So it is important that like to generate a core research manpower, to address the needs of the country as well as national level. So for that, like we are offering BTech, MTech, PhD level courses in the information security by various institutions across India. And second thing, like we're also training all the faculties to upgrading their skills so that they will be efficiently deliver the deliver the courses, so the student can learn and they can excel in their career kind of thing. And we are also training these government officials training program since from 2020 uh, as per the IT policy, as per the PMO orders. Like we are organizing these government official training program regularly on various aspects, related to the cyber security. And we are also creating these kind of awareness sessions to various user groups. various user groups. These are the 52 institutions who are involved in implementing this IACA program across the country, including IISc Bangalore, IITs, NITs, most of our CDAC and IELTS centers, and all our, NIELTS centers, ERNET, NIC, CERTIN, STQC. So all the bodies under the Ministry of Electronics and IT are involved in implementing this program and training the government officials on various aspects related to the cyber security and awareness. All these 15 institutions are involved in creating this awareness across the country. So this is how like we are trying to reach most of the stakeholders. So one is the direct way and another is indirect way. Direct way, like we are organizing the awareness workshops to various stakeholders in various aspects. Like it could be academic user, like we are covering from the children, students, teachers, faculty, and all government officials. Like wherever we receive a request, we'll go there, we'll organize, or like virtually we are organizing. All the general users, we are trying to reach out in various ways. And as I told you, indirect mode, like we have a wonderful multilingual portal called InfoSec Awareness. So in that InfoSec Awareness.in portal, you will be having a huge amount of multilingual content for various stakeholders. And we have wonderful quizzes where you can participate. Quizzes is not for a competition. At least quizzes you can participate and you can assess yourself how far we are there, right? How far we are following. So we are talking about a strong password. So how far you are able to set a strong password, and if you're confident about that, like you should secure at least some 70 to 80% score. So that kind of assessment you can do it by participating in that quizzes and all. And we have huge amount of awareness videos which were kept in the portal through our YouTube channel. So we also request like infosec awareness.in YouTube channel so that you'll get all those things. And we have wonderful handbooks in multilingual languages to understand various cyber security aspects as well as security, privacy aspects on various these things. And we are also regularly organizing this painting competition. I'll be talking more on these painting competition and the quizzes by end of this session, right? I don't want to, want you to lose your precious time in these things. Like I will talk about more on these competitions by end of the session, right? This is the portal which I'm talking about. So like I request all of you visit this infosecawareness.in portal for more and wider information, and you also circulate this information among all your user groups wherever they are, right? So with this, like we welcome you all once again for this cyber hygiene for the prevention of for the excuse me. So once again, we welcome you all for the cyber hygiene for the prevention of cyber security incidents. So this session is going to be handled by Dr. Marshall R, and he is working as a scientist at Computer Emergency Response Team SAT, which is again a government of India under Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So let me give a brief introduction about Marshall sir before start the session. So he done his BE Electronics, and he's also done his MTech in VLSI Design from the King's College of Engineering, and he has also completed his PhD degree from the National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli in 2020 itself. So he's currently working as a scientist in Indian Computer Emergency Response Team, New Delhi, and he's part of the international and industry and academia collaboration team, of SET. He's a SETIN, and he's also part of the training division of the SETIN. Right? He has completed the international program on cybersecurity studies organized by the College of International and Security Studies, Garmisch partner Princeton, Germany, and he's also attended the APISC security training provided by the Korea Internet and Security Agency, Republic of Korea. And he's attended a number of programs. He's also done his cybersecurity and infrastructure security agency, and he's also attended the training program. And he's also delivered sessions in various international and national conferences respect to the cybersecurity firms, and he's also published more than 25 research articles with more than 10 plus articles in SCI index journals, and is also reviewer in several international journals. And his research interests include IoT, cybersecurity, digital VLSI, and quantum dot cellular automata. So this is about today's speaker of the session, Dr. R. Marshall. So I request all the participants. So during the session, after the session, you have a Q&A. So while session is going on, and if you have any questions, kindly keep it in the chat area, and we'll take out all the questions by end of the session, and we'll try to address all the questions by end of the session. So during the questions, like whenever you get a question, try to keep it in the chat area. So by end of the session, we'll try to address all the questions. So let's make it more interactive. So let's Marshall sir complete the session next 50-55 minutes, and next 10 minutes we will use it for question and answers, and the last 5 to available time we will use it to introduce all our competitions and all, right? If there is any voice issue kind of thing, I think most of the people are able to listen about voice. And if there are some issues, like, you please take care at your respective system, so that you can listen the session carefully. So with this, we welcome Dr. R Marshall sir, scientist at setting, to deliver the session. So over to you, sir, and I'm just giving the privileges to you, sir. All right, sir. Yeah, the privileges are over to you.
Yes, sir. I think my screen is visible, sir. Am I audible, sir? Sir, am I audible?
You are audible, and you are visible also. Go ahead.
Okay,
You are
sir.
audible,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank
Please
you
go
so
ahead.
much, sir. So a very warm good morning to all the participants who have joined this session. And I thank ISEF for providing me this opportunity. So to take the session on cyber hygiene for prevention of cybersecurity incidents, which is organized as a part of Cyber Jagrata Divas, which is organized every month, first Wednesday, under by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, under the directions of MHA. So myself, Marshall, I'm working as a scientist in CERTAN. So as you all know, CERTAN, which is the National Nodal Agency for Cybersecurity Incident Response under Section 70B of the Information Technology Act. So what I would like to cover in this session is, as the session is focusing more on the cyber hygiene aspect, I would like to cover on what is cyber security. And as we are all of us are government employees, what are the basic cyber security attacks that are targeting the government employees, and what are the basic cyber hygiene we can follow in our day-to-day life to protect us from these kind of cyber security attacks, and what are the best practices we need to follow. So this is what I try to cover in this session. So I'll just start the session. So as we all know, we are having a great change in our lifestyle, especially after the post-pandemic era. So when we are growing up, we used to have some black and white TVs. Then we moved to color TVs. Then we had some satellite channels. Then we had paid channels. Now we are moved to smart TVs where everything is connected to the internet. The speed at which we use our first mobile phone is entirely different from the speed with which we are accessing our mobile phones nowadays. So, and the kind of transactions we are making, the way we used to transfer using at banks, now we are doing it at with our mobile phones in our hands. And with the way the things are happening with the evolution of OTT, and how much the evolution we are seeing, the increasing number of web series and the increasing number of movies which are released in OTT. So, and the amount of participation of people in the social media. So there is a more increased dependence on the internet connected world than the real world. So there is a huge change in the lifestyle, especially after the post pandemic also, which has contributed to the growth in a larger extent. As we have already moved, India already moved towards the digitization. This pandemic has further increased the growth of our digitization. And even in fact, in the office, the amount of emails we are using is growing daily at a larger rate. And this meeting, which is held in a virtual platform, this is another example of the increase of use of internet in our day-to-day office activities, and also the use of e-office, where all the files are becoming electronic and all the things are becoming in a digitized manner. So these things, there is a great increase of use of digitization and also the cyberspace is increasing large. The amount of devices that is getting connected to internet is getting larger and larger, right from our mobile phones. We use our printers, we use our TVs, we use our watches, everything. And some, in some critical cases like healthcare devices, they're also connected to the internet. We are getting cars nowadays connected to the internet. We are getting bikes connected to the internet. So everything is getting connected to the internet, and we are enjoying the sophistication of technology. But with the same rise of sophistication, there is also increase in the cyber threats, the increase in the cyber attacks which are evolving. There is an increase in the number of cyber crime activities. And initially, cyberspace was seen as a technological area, but now the cyberspace is seen as an area of national importance, where protecting the cyberspace is becoming one of the top priority areas of all the nations, be it a developed nation, be it a developing nation, or be it an underdeveloped nation. Protecting the cyberspace has become a priority, as many of the attacks which can occur in a cyberspace can bring damage to the reputation of the nation, as well as it can affect the national economy. So this is the other side of the growth of cybersecurity. So what do you mean? We have heard about cybersecurity, cyber attacks, cyber criminals, cyber crimes. So just wanted to make it clear what cybersecurity actually is. Cybersecurity is nothing but it is the practice of defending our computers, our mobile phone devices, electronic gadgets, networks, and data from different kind of malicious attacks. So it is, you can, in simple terms, you can say it as it is the ability or the habit or the defense mechanism we used to protect the electronic gadgets are connected to the net from cyber attacks. So a cyber attack is nothing but it is the attempt which is made by a criminal to get an unauthorized access to your gadget, be it your mobile phone, be it your laptop, be it your system, or be it any other devices which is connected to your internet with the intent to cause damage. So it is mostly a deliberate attempt which is made by an individual. The attack can be done by an individual, or it can be done by an organization, or it can be to breach the information system, or it can also be done by a sponsored nation. So what do you call as a cyber security incident? A cyber security incident is a cyber security event. So whenever you are doing something, whenever you are pinging something, whenever you're interacting with another device, all these things are considered as an event. When you consider it as an incident, it is a cyber security event which will have an impact on the organization, which prompts the need for an immediate incident response and recovery, which causes a damage. That event we classify it as a cyber security incident. So a threat actor is the person who is always involved in creating the cyber security incident. So the threat actor, as I said earlier, it is also the cyber attacker. In other terms, technically we call it as a threat actor. So the threat actor it can be a single person, or it can be an organization, or it can be even a country. As we have seen the growth of events across the globe, we can see that cyberspace can be used to have to use as a war mechanism between countries. So those in that cases, the threat actors could be also be a person who is sponsored by countries. So coming to the cyberspace, the evolution of cyber attacks. So initially, when computers started to progress in the late 80s and in the late 90s, there was not much importance of cyber security attacks. So initially, we used here the terms like the system has got hacked. Then slowly it got evolved in kind where when the financial transactions, those things got involved into the cyberspace, there was an increase in the number of cyber frauds. Later, the cyber espionage started to grow. And later, now we are seeing an evolving trend where cyber is used for terrorism activities, where people are using cyberspace to recruit the people, where they are using technologies, financial technologies to fund for terrorist activities, and the different social media platforms where they are using it to recruit people to propagate, to spread their propaganda. Those things are also now becoming a big threat of to the nation security. And as we all know, it can also become a medium of war. So everyone tries to use their cyberspace, their cyber protection mechanism as defensive as well as an offensive in some countries. So this is how the evolution of attacks is going on. From initially, which was seen as just a simple device, now it is becoming seen as as a technology which has to be protected at national level. So who are the victims of cyber attacks? So if you see the victims of cyber attacks, anybody can become a victim. Whoever has a mobile phone at his hand, or even who has a uses a computer at his home, or whoever has a device which is connected to the internet. All these persons are possible victims of cyber attacks. It is not necessary to be, you can belong to any age group, he can belong to any educational level, he can be either digital literate or digital illiterate. Irrespective of their educational level, the person can become a victim of a cyber attack. So it is necessary for each and everyone who is connected to the internet to have the basic knowledge of cybersecurity and the best practices to be followed to stay safe in the cyberspace. So what are common, as this session is we are attending by mostly government officials, I would like to focus on the main cyber security incidents which are targeting the government organizations as well as the employees. So the major cyber security incidents, what are happening is, one is the ransomware attacks, which would have been familiar, and the other major kind of attacks are data breach, data leaks, and disruption of services, where the cyber attacks try to stop the service and try to stop the functioning of the organization. And when it is at a high level, they try to bring damage to the reputation of the organization, try to bring damage to the reputation of the nation. So these are the different kind major cyber security incidents which are targeting the government cyberspace. So what are the entry points? How these, what are at what levels this cybersecurity entry incidents happen, and how the attackers enter into the system and create a cybersecurity attack. So there can be different level entry points. We can have the entry point. It could be at the network level, or it could be at the cloud-based server level, or it could be at the website level, or it could be by using the third-party service providers. And also the main and the most important entry point is the employees. So human remains the weakest link in the cyberspace. Irrespective of the growth of technology, irrespective of the growth of sophisticated tools availability, still humans remain the most vulnerable link in the cyberspace. So humans, despite of the growth in technology, the lack of awareness among the humans can lead to a major cybersecurity attack, and also can lead to a greater loss. So what are the targets? So as it is the necessary to know, protect, to make more awareness among the employees, we must be aware of what are targets attacks that possibly a victim, the employees could become a victim of. The first and foremost and the most familiar of all the attacks is the phishing attack, which is the common type of social engineering attack. So the phishing attack is typically done by spoofing an email address or to trick a people to share their login credentials, credit card information, or other personal information. The basic attack behind motto behind these kind of attack is a sabotage or a theft, where the attacker tries to disrupt the operation, or he wants to corrupt the data, or he wants to create an inconvenience by using some, or by dropping a malware, or the attacker tries to collect some sensitive information. Sensitive information could be classified information or personal information. It depends upon the type of the attack and the attacker. And there are different categories of phishing. We can classify phishing into different categories like whaling, spear phishing. There are some recent categories like angler phishing. So, but the predominantly used phishing at organization level is the spear phishing, where the phishing attacks target specific organizations or individuals. In case of spear phishing, the phishing methodology uses more compelling messages than the standard attacks. So, as I said earlier, the motto behind the phishing attacks is two things. One is to steal the credential information, that is called credential harvesting. And the second one is to cause disruption by dropping a malware. So what is a malware? So malware is nothing but it is a malicious software or any program or file that causes harm to the computer or to the user. There are different categories of malware that can be dropped by using phishing. It could be a ransomware, it could be a spyware. Spyware is nothing but where it will be trying to monitor the activities of the user. Adware, it will be creating unnecessary ads. And rootkits are the kind of malware which try to gain the access of the system with the administrative privileges. And keyloggers, where the malware will be trying to find out what the person is typing in their keyboard. It will be used to find out the sensitive information, what the person is typing. It will be used to find out the username, passwords, and other sensitive information that is being typed by the victim. And also it includes botnets, where the system can be used to launch a botnet attack, and browser hijacker, where the system victim's browser will be compromised, and which will be leading to different malicious websites, and which can be used to increase further damage. So some of the common phishing emails we would have received different kinds of emails. So this is one example of such phishing email. So where people used to get it, like they are having some emails that they have some IT refund. So where they have to click something to share some information. So this is one such example of that, where the attacker tries to send it. So where he has sending the information, where you have to click some link to get the refund. So these kind of emails, whenever we are receiving, this is a kind of spear phishing, where they try to target a particular person. So here they try to make the person to click the link, and they try to make him enter the critical information like his name, his PAN card, Aadhaar card details, whatever details is needed, making him to leak the sensitive information. So the next one, this is another phishing email, where it seems to be targeting some officials of a particular organization, where it seems to be that the mail is being sent from a higher level on to follow the guidelines. So here they are sending that actual. If you see the email, the original email will be having only the term cybersecurity guidelines for government employees, but actually it will not be taken to the genuine website. It will be taken to a phishing website, where it will be hosted, where a malware will be hosted, and if you click that link, the malware will be getting dropped. So this, if you observe this email, it looks so genuine, and also it will be stating that it is being under the directions of some higher level officials. So this is one of the kind of phishing attacks, where people are made to click some links, and if that link is being clicked, automatically the malware can drop, and the attacker can get access to the entire network in your official network. Then this is another kind of phishing email, where we generally see, where it is also a similar kind of email which is targeting the government officials, where they do not ask you to click the link, where they ask you to click an attachment. So where they will be asking you to click an attachment, once the attachment is being clicked, at the outset you will not be observing any changes in system, but at the background the malware will be getting dropped, and the malware will start executing, and the system will get compromised. So these are some of the common phishing emails which we observe at CERT, where different users are targeted, and once, even without unintentionally they click it, they become a victim, and it is possible for their whole network to get compromised because of this single click. So these are the different kinds of phishing, spear phishing attacks which is being observed. Apart from this, there are different kinds of phishing where we can become a victim. The one is the in-session phishing. So this is a kind of phishing when the attacker is using, when the victim is using a trusted website. He might be logged into some, say, a confidential website, and at the middle of the session, when the person is using, a pop-up will rise, and will be asking you to log in and again to continue the session. Your session time is going to expire. Please log in and again, or it will be asking to reset your password. Like that, they will be creating another pop-up window which will not be related to the original trusted site. But as the user is using the trusted site at that point of time, the user might think that this also belongs to that website. So he'll be filling up in that pop-up. So he'll be giving his credentials and logging in. So at that point of time, the attacker will be getting the access to the user's credentials, and the victim will lose his credentials to the attacker. So as this will be looking very legitimate, but this is not a legitimate one. It will be a phishing attack, which is called as in-session phishing, where the user will be asked to enter the credentials when he is accessing that website in a parallel pop-up. So this kind of phishing attack is called as in-session phishing attack. And the next kind of phishing is the URL phishing, where the URL will be looking so genuine, but it is not a genuine URL. It will look similar to the genuine URL, and it will take to the fraudulent website, which will be hosting a malware, or it will be asking you to provide you the critical sensitive information. So we know our genuine website for mail services, email.gov.in. So this is this is a kind of phishing campaign where we observe, like, instead of email.gov.in, it was email-gov.in, where it looks so genuine, but it is very difficult to observe the minute difference. But still, if you click it and go into that page, it will have this genuine page look of what we will be having at email.gov.in. But you'll be once you enter the username and password, the attacker will be getting access to your credentials. So this is also the second link is also some similar kind of such one, where that email.gov.in is there. But in addition to that, there will be some additional domain name, so which will also take to a similar kind of website, where you'll have the same feel of the genuine email.gov.in website, but it will not be the genuine website. So these are different techniques where attackers use, where they do some small modifications to the URL, and if we fail to observe that carefully, then we'll be losing our credentials and our account may get compromised. And the other kind of phishing which is done by using SMS, which is called as, we generally call it as smishing, where they use it for KYC update. So which you normally get it, and also some cases we get messages for IT refund, or some cases we get to link some of their to update some of the accounts, or to know more policies, some kind of things we link. So these are some of the phishing attacks which are generally targeting us. And the other one is the phishing attack. Phishing is also the other form of voice phishing, which is a form of social engineering that is performed over the phone. So where the attacker tries to get access to information of your username, password, or your banking information, or OTP, or sensitive information using a voice platform. And another main attack which is targeting the employees is the clickbait, which is where some links are there in websites, where ads in the form of ads they pop up, where the headline looks more relevant to you. So, but inside that, it will not be leading to the genuine one. It will be leading to a malicious one, where where the attacker makes the user to click that link by making some headlines, or using some images in such a way that the user is attracted to click that link. It could be some tempting link where the headline could be relevant to him, or where the image or something might be attracting the attention, and where in some cases it may offering, if you click it, you will be getting it some 50% discount. Those kind of fake offers, scams they do, and they make you to click that link. So once the link is clicked, automatically the malware gets dropped at the background. So this is one of the major attack which is used to drop the malware into the victim system. The next kind of attack, which is the scareware, so which we can observe in most of the compromised system. So there will be some pop-ups flashing often. Your system is getting full, you need to free up space, your system is detecting these many of threats, you have to install this antivirus, you have to install this tool for cleaning, you have to install that tool for cleaning or doing where it is not a genuine thing, where it keeps on popping up, and once we install that, click that link and install any of those malicious software, your system will get compromised. This kind of phishing, this kind of attacks, they always try to create a fear in the mindset of the victim. They always said that your device is facing this, your system is getting this, you will be under this, you'll be facing that. Like that, they always try to create a kind of fear mindset in the you victim, and then they use that to launch the uh, drop the malware into the victim system. And the next other kind of attack is the brute force attack, where the people's password, as said earlier, the passwords are the most weakest link. So people often keep less strong passwords, and that password are the attackers try to, once they try to know the username or the mail ID, they try to log in with different password combinations which the user might use. So the simple, many of those have a habit of keeping simple passwords, where they keep the password itself as a password. Different, these people use, have a dictionary kind of thing where they try to do the repeated combinations of different passwords, and they try to do attack, try to log in with the username. In most of the cases, they gain access if the password is weak. So it is always recommended to have a stronger password. So these are different attacks that are targeting the employees. And in addition to that, what when the employee can become a victim is when he is using vulnerable devices or vulnerable software. It is necessary, you always used to use the updated browser, updated software, and also to use the updated hardware. So some of the hardware might be a very old hardware. They would have reached the end of life, or some of the software, the OS versions, for example, if it is Windows 7 or some previous versions, then it has reached the end of life. And if the person is still using such outdated OS, the system can get compromised very easily, as more attacks, more sophisticated attacks are available for such kind of outdated systems. And also there is some vulnerabilities present in the whatever software. You can use modern software, but still there could be some vulnerabilities, and the attacker may exploit such vulnerabilities. So to exploit those things, to exploit the vulnerabilities and to drop the malware. So these are the major attacks. And the most important thing which would have seen is in WhatsApp. So WhatsApp or other social media platforms, or even in some emails we used to receive such kind of emails which seem to come from a top brand, like some delivery agents, some delivery transport organizations, or from some e-commerce websites, where they are offering that you have to click this link to gain, to get offer for things which are at a very low price, or to get 190% discount, 80% discount, or to get things which are at a very price like 1 rupee, 10 rupee, like that. They will be having some links. If you click that, you will get it. Or if else, you can click this link and send to these many people, you will be getting this much kind of offer, where the offer seems to be coming from, where the images seems to you use represent the brand which are very familiar. And once the user clicks that links, then it could take to a phishing page, or it could drop a malware. If in the phishing page the user, to get the kind of offer, to get the discount, the user might provide some sensitive information. He'll be providing his name, phone number, and other sensitive information, and that will be used to launch the used to get the credentials by the attacker. So as we all know, we are using Kavach. So this kind of attacks are also targeting Kavach, where the user where the attackers use modify the Kavach, and they add malware to the Kavach application, and they load it in a fake website. So if you look at here, this is some of the techniques which are used by attackers, where the user is going to a website. So there he has an when you just Google for Kavach, when you do a Google search, we get Kavach only from the gov.in website. So here, instead of that, we are getting this. If you're performing the Google search, it will take you to a fake website, where it seems to host that you can get the Kavach app downloaded from that website. So if you are downloading that from a fake website and not from the genuine website, it will be, you will download the, you can download that and it will look very genuine, because the attackers will be using the genuine APK, and along with it also they will have the malware. So that once you do that, you can, once you get installed, it will look genuine. It also show uh, the OTPs and those numbers which are changing randomly for every 30 seconds. But in addition to that, it will also have a downloader which will drop the malware, which is drop the link, and it will create a backdoor. So the backdoor is nothing but it'll drop the malware. The malware will be connected to a C2 server, the command and control server, where the victim device will be accessed remotely from a different location by the threat actor. The victim will not be able to find out, because the Kavach will function as like a genuine one, and you will be able to do all the operations, but still you'll be having, the victim will be having then access to your system through the backdoor, which is done through the malware, which is downloaded along with the Kavach application. So these are this is one of the major attacks, which is trends which is being observed, where the Kavach application is used to drop the malware through fake websites. So you can see, if you Google, you could have seen some many these kind of ads, where these websites are, from these websites you can you can get the Kavach application. So they'll be having the name also Kavach in somewhere. This is a kind of URL phishing, where you will have their Kavach name included in these applications, where they'll have this Kavach included in their names, like Kavach guide, Kavach. So when we are careless, we would just click this link, and once you click that link, you may get that malware along with a genuine application. So these are what these attackers do is they just make some Google ads. They abuse these ads, and when you search Kavach, automatically they try to make sure that these kind of links come at the first page. So people may use to click that link and download the apps from these links. So this is one of the kind of attacks. So whenever you try to download, we have to check whether we are downloading it from the genuine site. So when you click any such of these links, so this is a phishing link. So here it looks so genuine, like the genuine Kavach website, and if you look at this link, it will not be leading to the actual NIC link where we can download it. This link actually is showing like this link is leading to a different. So how to find out is you can just keep your mouse over that without clicking. Once you bring your mouse near that link, it will be at the bottom. You can observe what is the where it is leading to. So this website is not going to the actual NIC website for downloading the Kavach. It is taking to a different website. So from this itself, we can find out that this is a. So here, this is another kind of. So once we at NIC or CERT, we try to disable that. The attackers try to change the hosting of that, and this link, if you see, this is hosted in a different location. The same malicious application is hosted in a different application, different website location. So these are whenever you are going to click something, it is always advised you can click instead of before clicking, you may hover over that link. So it will show you at the bottom what is the link to which it is going to take to you. So from that, we can identify whether it is going to take to a genuine website or to a malicious website. And if you see here, this is you will have that kavach.mail.gov, and this is a genuine, where this is another, it takes to your, it will also have a kavach.mail, but it will be having this, it can take to a different website, which is not a genuine website. So the left side you're having is a genuine one, whereas the right side, what you're having is a fished website. But if you look at the feel of the website will be same in both the cases, but the only thing is the URL will be different. So it is necessary for whenever you do such things with Kavach or with your mail, it is necessary to carefully observe the .gov.in as the domain, and whether it is having at the end, not in the middle, it should be there at the end, .gov.in. So that is how we can find that whether there is a genuine one or a phishing one. So these are some of the various phishing sites which we observed. So for example, I have showed here. So what because all these links have the term Kavach. Kavach download, all these things, they have the name Kavach, but they are not genuine websites where to download the Kavach application. The Kavach application should be downloaded only from the .gov.in website, which will be having the Kavach application. And other main attack which is targeting at reason is the ransomware application, where once the malware gets dropped through any of this phishing or any other entry point, the device gets encrypted. The attacker will encrypt the data. Whatever files you're having, the attacker will be using the encryption mechanism. All the files will be encrypted, and the attacker will be demanding to pay a ransom amount to decrypt the data. So this is not recommended to pay the ransom. So it is always recommended used to secure systems from becoming a victim of this ransomware attack. In some cases, they'll be saying like they'll be publicize the data. That is, they'll be making it public. So in case if it is sensitive information, it should not become public. So they'll be threatening to protect, threatening that they'll be make the data public unless we don't pay the ransom. So these are this is an example of a website where the data is being leaked. So it is where the attacker is who's saying that he is having a website of some government website, and he's having that the information like this. They'll be posting that in a dark web where it will be able to where the data will be getting leaked. So all these things are due to the basic entry point of lack of awareness. So if where malware gets dropped through the phishing or some other entry points, and if you're having a malware infection, we can identify some changes which is in the operation of your device. So you can have the first thing you can observe is the device will be getting stolen, because at the background the malware will be running. So you can observe that the device is getting slowed, and you can see in some cases there will be frequent ads pop-ups. You'll not be clicking anything, but still at the corners you'll be seeing some ads getting popped up. And you'll be seeing, if you are using a laptop or a mobile, you'll be seeing that your battery is getting fast, because the malware which is running at the background will be consuming large amount of power. So it will be, your battery will be getting drained very fastly. And as the malware is running at a very fast time, sometimes the RAM will not be able to handle that. So your system will be getting shut down or crashed very often. And you'll be seeing in some case of Trojan, the malware will be occupying more of space, and you'll not be having any free space. Your device space will be getting free space will be getting smaller at a very fast pace. And you can see in some cases the browser settings will be changed. You could have set some pages as default search engine, but in that case they will be changing the default search engine to some other websites, and from that websites it could be leading to you to some malicious websites. That and also in some cases the browser will be redirecting to on its own without your permission. And you can see some if your mobile device is compromised, you could see some apps getting installed without your permission. You would have not installed that app, but some apps would have been installed in your device. And also you could see your internet getting slowed down, and or else you can see there is a huge amount use of internet in your device. And there are also some malwares used to disable the antivirus. So in more sophisticated malwares are difficult to detect by antivirus solutions. In some cases, those kind of advanced things, they disable the antivirus, and so that you'll not be able to scan and find where the malware is located. And in some case of like ransomware, you'll be able you'll be losing the access to your files or to the systems, because in case of rootkits, your username password can be changed by the attacker, so you'll not be able to access your system. And some malware cases, your files will be getting deleted. And in some cases, if you're having a malware in your phones, your contacts will be getting strange messages from you, which you would have not sent to them actually. So these are some of the few symptoms which you can observe that and find out that your device is compromised. So in that case, if immediately it is necessary for you to scan your system, find out whether the device is compromised. You have to isolate that from the network and find out whether your system is compromised. What is the thing actually happening in your system? So these are signs which we can observe to find out whether there is a malware or not. So as I said, these are the basic attacks. So how can we protect us from these kind of attacks? So cyber hygiene is very important. As we have a physical hygiene, we have to keep us physically healthy. We need to have some basic habits, like we have to take bath daily, we have to brush, we have to uh, we have to eat daily. So we have to keep us healthy. So to this, that physical hygiene is important to us. In the modern days, in the coming days, it's also necessary to have cyber hygiene as important as our physical hygiene. So it is necessary to have some basic good habits of using the electronic gadgets. We should have the basic knowledge of how to use, what to use, when to use, and what are the do's and don'ts. You must be aware of that. So the cyber hygiene is very important to protect ourselves from any kind of cyber threats and attacks. So the first thing, whatever you do in a cyber, you just first thing do is a click. So whatever you do in the cyberspace, whatever you're going to click, think before you click. That is the main thing. We have whatever URL you are going to click. First, carefully observe the URL, whether the URL is a genuine URL, where the URL is going to take you, and you can hover over the link of, as I said in the previous case of thing, you can just hover over the link, and if you see it, it will show you what is the actual link it is going to take to you. And check the domain name. Read the URL carefully. What is the domain? If you are receiving an email also, or if you are receiving a you are if you are clicking a link, just check whether the domain name is the genuine website domain name. And don't click any link or attachment from suspicious emails. And expand. If you, in most of the cases, what the attackers do is, in this case, even if you're hovering the URL, what they do is they have a technology of shortening the URLs. So whenever you are having a shortened URL, you have to expand the URL before clicking and check whether it is taking to the actual website. So there are techniques to shorten for shortening the URL. And if you just Google it, you can find out short URL to long URL. So you can see some different thing techniques, like how to shorten and how to expand the URL. So this is the one website where you can short the URL. So this I already made it. So this Facebook, this is a phishing website. So if you see here, this website is having the term Facebook, and it is not the actual Facebook website, but it is some other website which can host a Facebook like page to get back to harvest the Facebook credentials. So here the attacker might do is, he's, instead of giving the link as it is. So if you are giving a link as it is, we will be able to find out that this is a phishing website because the domain name is not the genuine Facebook website. So what an attacker will do is, instead of giving the link, he will just generate a shortened URL. So you'll put the link in some these kind of websites, and you'll generate a short URL. So it will create a short URL. So instead of giving facebook.xp.com, instead of what he will share is, he will share an URL like this. So from this URL, we will not be able to find out that this is going to take to which website. So we will not be knowing to which website it is going. So we'll just click the URL to know what is the URL. But this is where we make the mistake. So what we have to do is, before clicking such links, we have to go for URL expander. So the website, this is one of the URL expander websites. So which was available there in the previous page also, which I showed you. You can Google and find. So here you have to just put the URL. What URL is going to, what is the actual URL? Instead of before clicking any shortened URL, we can put the URL in these kind of websites, and it will show you what is the actual link it is going to take to you. So now we can find out what is the actual link that is being present in the shortened URL. After knowing that, you can find out whether it is a genuine website or a phishing website, and then you can start click the shortened URL. So this is a habit which we have to cultivate whenever you are clicking a shortened URL. Sometimes you can have tiny URL or bit.ly, some whatever shortened URL you're receiving. First thing we have to do is, we have to expand and check what the URL is actually, which domain the URL will be taken to us. And we have to set strong passwords. So passwords are one of the easiest way attackers launch an attack. But this passwords can setting a strong password can protect many of the systems. So whenever you buy a device, or whenever you buy a device, don't use the default credentials. always change the password. Change the password periodically, and you can set the password for any email or any of the device by using the combination of upper characters, lower characters, numbers, and symbols. And you can you ensure that it is having at least 8 characters in length. And don't keep the real your dictionary, your names or place which are already available, which could be already available with the attacker. And ensure that you are having the setting the password which is easy to remember for you. And there are some different ways you can check the whether your password is strong. So I don't recommend you to put the password in. There are some, if you Google and find out what is the password strength online checker, you can find some websites, but don't give the actual password you are going to kick. You can give some relevant kind of thing, but not the actual password you wish to keep, because they'll be getting stored in a repository. So here I'm just giving my name to check the string. So if I keep the password just like my name, I have kept my name. It has capital letter, as it is a uppercase as well as lowercase, and it shows that the password is very weak and it can be cracked in 0.65 seconds. So what I do is, so I just we are all from different languages. We speak in India. We have the gift of speaking different languages. So what the attackers will generally have is they'll have they'll have the dictionary terms set only in English. In case if you are using our words in our mother tongue, so whatever you can keep, I have just kept. I have kept forgot in my mother tongue. So I just kept the English type word of that. Here I am just keeping initially a simple word which means forgot. So here I'm just keeping the case. I'm giving only the lower case. But for this is a simple term. But since it is not a common dictionary term in English, it itself shows that the password is very strong and it is taking years to crack the password. So we may use this kind of complex passwords which are not default English dictionary words or normal words which are known familiar to everyone, like place or your location name or some device name. If you are keeping these kind of things, your password will be strong. And instead of we have to mix that with a symbols. So if here instead of that A, I have replaced that with a symbol. So now the time taken to crack my password is getting increased. So here, in addition to that, I'm just adding a new number to that. So the number of time, the time duration which is taking to crack that password is keep on increasing whenever whenever a number is getting added to that. And here I'm just adding another symbol to that. So it also increases the strength of signal. So it shows that 11 centuries. So it is not that it could be some. It depends upon the processor you are processing to crack that. But still, you can use these kind of techniques where you can mix the combination of your alphabets and with the names which are not a dictionary term, and you can use symbols and numerals with that. So the main thing to have for cyber hygiene is just like your password should be treated like your brush. So in your brush, you alone will use your brush, and you use a good brush, and you will not share your brush, and you'll be periodically changing your brush. So treat your passwords like a brush, which is a where you use your strong password and you don't share your password, and you change your password frequently. This kind of attitude is developed for all kinds of wherever you are using a password. So you always use a strong password by using the combination of uppercase, lowercase, and also by using numbers, symbols like that. And also don't share your password with anyone. And have a habit to change your password periodically. In some websites, you'll be prompted to change periodically. In case if you don't have the prompt to change it periodically, you change it by yourself. And main thing is about important thing is to use a genuine software. It is not advised to use a cracked software where people we used to have instead of to be not paying money to get the genuine software, we have the habit of using a cracked software which are hosted in different websites. So these websites come with a solution with a crack, but they always have a malware at the back door. So they'll be dropping the software. Along with that, they'll also be dropping the malware, which will not be able to be detected by us. And it is always recommended to update the software, whatever software. If you're having your mobile phone, it is necessary to update the OS or whatever application you are using. Those OS and applications should be updated regularly. And at least you should have a definite antivirus and anti-malware solution installed in your devices, be it your phone or be it your laptop or gadget, any gadgets. Even if it is not affordable to purchase antivirus solution at a high cost, there are many solutions which are affordable nowadays. And if you are, even if we are not able to get a genuine paid version, at least there are many websites which provide the free antivirus solutions, which will not be having all the features of the thing, but at least you'll have a basic protection. So those genuine antivirus websites, not from any websites, only from the vendor websites. You can download the free version and you can install it. And whatever data you're using in your system, have a backup of that regularly. You can store that in a hard disk, or you can store that in a CD, pen drive, whatever thing you can use it. You can have a backup of what are all the data regularly. And as I said earlier, you should download the apps only from the official app store. So as I said, Kava should be downloaded from the official website or from the Play Store, and don't download it from unofficial websites. And whenever it is not advised to visit some pirated data. So there are some websites which are hosting pirated software, pirated games, pirated movies, and some porn websites are there. It is not advised to uh, uh, use that advice, visit those websites from your official device. You might be using official laptops. So if you are using that official laptops, your malware can get dropped into those websites, from that websites, and your device could get compromised. So these are those devices. They will say, you may say that they are providing you all this for free, but actually they don't provide it for free. They are hosting a malware at the back door along with the software. They'll also drop a malware into your website. So it is not advised to visit such websites where they are hosting the pirated content. And most of us are using some social media handles. It is always social media handles or websites, or your emails. It is always necessary to enable multi-factor authentication, or at least two-factor authentication. So if you are using a Twitter handle, in Twitter itself, there is a possibility of having multi-factor authentication, where how to do the multi-factor authentication is already available in the Twitter website. And if you are using WhatsApp is also getting compromised. Nowadays we are getting messages like, please contact me from somebody. Anonymous user will be messaging you to contact me, click this link, something, and your WhatsApp account may get compromised. But if your device is enabled with a multi-factor authentication or two-step verification, you can recover your account easily. So this how to do is all available in their official websites itself. You can do that. So these are some of the links that are available there. And if you're using your Facebook also, how to enable multi-factor authentication is also available. So all these social media websites provide multi-factor authentication, and it is necessary for us to do multi-factor authentication to prevent compromise of these social media accounts of personal use as well as the official handles. So, and more important thing is, whenever you are using a device, official laptops, always use your devices in a secure networks. So don't use your official devices in public networks which are not secure, and also don't use your official devices in your home networks which could be compromised. And don't use the official device for personal use. So in case if you are using for personal use, you may click some links. So if you are using official device for that, the malware can get dropped and official device could compromised. And it is always advised not to use your official email for personal use. For logging into some websites, for logging into some purchases, don't use your official email, as the official email get compromised through if any of the data gets leaked. And don't click any link or attachment which is looking suspicious in your emails. Whenever you observe that which you are receiving in your official emails, you can report that suspicious emails without clicking the link or attachment, and you can send that to certain or NIC cert. So they'll be guiding you how to analyze that whether it's a malicious or suspicious. And if that is suspicious, they will take the necessary action to take down the link and take down the attachments, and they'll be providing you the necessary guidelines and on how to respond to that. So whenever you are using we are using the email, so always check the login credentials. We would have in our email we have the login history. You please check whether we are from where we have logged in, whether you can check whether there is any suspicious login of your website, of your email from some other mail ID. So whether from which location it is getting access, those things you can check every time when you are logging into your email. And you also check whenever you are using Kavach, please check in your Kavach to what are the registered devices. So you have installed it in your mobile phone, you could have installed in your desktop. So what are desktop from in which date it is being installed? Always periodically check in where are the devices your Kavach is being installed. You can check that in the registered devices in your Kavach. And also you can see what are the allowed from in India, with its access outside, some threat actor could be outside accessing that outside India. So periodically check from which country it is being accessed. And also as how we are checking the mobile email logs, you can also check the Kavach access logs from what are the from which link, from which IP address it is being accessed through the device logs column. So these you periodically assess and check whether it is being accessed from somewhere. And if any suspicious activity is observed, immediately reset your password and reset the credentials. And whatever notifications you're getting from NIC or CERT, you please kindly follow the guidelines and you update the app as and when it is notified. So you'll be getting notifications come back to update the app. Do it immediately without any hesitation to keep yourself safe from cyber attacks. And also, as I said earlier, you can visit the InfoSec Awareness website for more awareness materials on what are the best practices to follow. More information is available on cyber hygiene, on how to protect your devices, how to protect the computers. All those information are available in InfoSec Awareness website. And also you can visit certain website on the latest alerts, advisories. We regularly publish the alerts on the latest virus alerts. And also you can read on the advisories, what are the best practices to follow, what you should do to prevent from data breaches or data leaks, and how to respond to ransomware attacks, and how to have a secure password, and what are the mobile-based malwares, and what are the countermeasures you can do, and how to secure your Twitter accounts, which can be using multi-factor authentication. All these advisories are available in CERT websites. You can refer these advisories to implement at your workplace. And also you can regularly follow CSK websites or CERT websites, where we regularly follow what are recent threats observed by us in the Indian cyberspace. And also you can download free cybersecurity tools, which are available in csk.gov.in, which are provided for free to scan your mobile phone, Android devices, as well as your Windows devices, Linux devices, to protect you from different bot infections. And you can also follow us on the social media handles. Whenever an alert, advisory, or vulnerability notice published, those things are published, and all the awareness materials we publish it on our social media handles like Facebook, Twitter, as well as Big Story. And whenever you face a phishing incident, or if you come across a cybersecurity incident, we are operating a 24/7 help desk. You can report us through email as well as our phone, and the incident response reporting procedure is available there on our website, cert-in.org.in. So that's it from my side. So if you're having any queries, just take.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful and enlightening session. I think you have covered all the aspects of cyber hygiene practices one should take care at organizational level, as well as at individual level. So there are a few questions which are lined up for you. So before we conclude the session, so I'll just ask few questions, sir. Sir, any antivirus to God program file folder?
So there are many solutions that are available, but the thing is, like, you should go for a genuine. There are many tools available in the industry, available there. But whatever we recommend is you have to go for genuine software, which is a licensed version, so that you'll have the support. And it is better to go for the genuine website. From the genuine website, you can download the tool instead of downloading it from third-party websites. You can go to the genuine website and download the tools. It will be providing the necessary security, sir. So you can analyze that comparison. There you can go for some comparison websites which compare the performance. You can go for the comparison according to your requirement. You can choose that.
All right. So I request participants, if you have any questions, so you can kindly keep it in the chat area. so that we can ask sir. Sir, can you please stop the presentation so that we
Yes, sir.
can view fully? And there is another question. You know, how do we stop the circulation of fake links, which we receive in the form of SMSs or through emails? And what are the security measures should we take care, to avoid such kind of links or to safeguard ourselves?
Yeah, so first thing is you should not click the link. And once you receive the link, if you doubted suspicious, you can immediately report to certain. So certain will contact the ISPs and will analyze that and will take down the link so that even if the link will become inactive and it will protect people from getting infected. So whenever you find a link is suspicious, even if it is coming to your SMS or if it is coming to your email, you can just, without clicking the link, don't click the link. You just copy the link and you can share it with certain, and you can mention that it is malicious, you doubt it to be suspicious, and you can send it to incident@cert-in.org.in, and we will take it the necessary action to take down the link.
All right. So next question is, sir, is it really necessary to install any free software, as Windows provides Windows firewall system already? And how do we stop? Yeah, that is a question, sir.
Yes, so Windows actually the latest version of Windows, like Windows 11, we are having Bitdefender, which has better things. But it depends upon the work environment and what kind of sensitive data you are using. So it is always advised to have some solutions at your end to protect that. You can download that software. It is not recommended free software. The free software, if you are having for botnet infection, the free botnet tools are provided by CERT itself. We can download that from csk.gov.in. And if you want to have higher end antivirus solutions, you can go for that. But it is always advised to have an antivirus solution, which should be downloaded from a genuine website of the vendor, not a third-party website. You can go to the direct website of the antivirus solution, download that free version if it is available, or you can just go for the basic version. There will be different levels of services they'll be providing. You can subscribe for the basic version. That will be providing you the minimum security if you're not dealing with much. If you're just using your device for browsing and basic operations, that basic configurations must be sufficient for you.
Great. And the next question, sir. What are the steps to check whether the device is infected with any malware or viruses? Is
Yes,
there any tools or freely available to check?
Yes, sir. You can check in CSQ website. You can having the botnet malware infection tools. You can which are done with collaboration with the industry. So those tools are updated regularly. You can download that website. You can check www.csk.gov.in. So there you can find it out all the links. If you want it, I will also put it in the chat box.
Yeah, I will share it, sir. I will share it that link, sir. No problem.
Yes, sir. So that you can download that and you can use that for malicious infections, or you can download some. You can find out some anti-malware solutions there, and you can run the anti-malware tools to find out whether any malware is there. But sophisticated malwares are difficult to find, so awareness is the main key. But in case if malware is not a sophisticated malware, you can use an anti-malware to detect the anti-malware solution malware.
So what are the symptoms, sir? Like whether the device is
so,
infected?
as I said earlier, you can see the change in the observation of change in the activity. Your system will be getting slowed down. You'll not be able to access some files. You'll be seeing your system getting crashed, or you can see some increased use of internet. So you'll not be using the internet. You'll be just browsing, but you'll be finding the slowness in your speed. So you can open the task manager and you can see how much activity is done. So you might be seeing an increased use of RAM activity, increased use of internet. So you can observe those changes. From those changes, you can observe that whether your system is getting compromised or not.
Great. Sir, I think some more interesting questions. I think you can spare a few more minutes to address those questions.
Sure, sir.
Great. So as our mobile device is getting security updates for 4 to 5 years max, so do we need to change our mobile phone frequently?
Sir, actually, as I said earlier, we are having an end of life for each device. So we cannot use the low. It is not. I would not recommend to change. But as long as the security update is available, you can definitely you update it regularly and we can use it. Once if it is not security updates are not available, it is not recommended to use, because at that point of time, if the device is there for 5 or 6 years, definitely sophisticated attack methodologies will be there to target those devices, so that you are more vulnerable to become a victim. It is not that you will become a victim, the chances of becoming a victim are very high for you. So it is a trade-off between security and your cost. So if the device becomes obsolete, it is recommended to change the device and go for the device which has the best cybersecurity protection.
Great. Sir, what to do next if someone hacked your social media account or email?
The first thing is you can try to reset the password. You can if you enable multi-factor authentication, you will have the control and privileges to reset it immediately, because you will not just have only the password, you will also have your mobile phone or some recovery account to reset the password. So the attacker will not be having access to all the devices. Your mobile phone will be with you, so you'll be having the OTP access. So you'll be having, through that you can reset your password immediately. That is the first thing you can do. Second thing is the social media handles will be having reporting mechanisms to report that. So we can they'll have the reporting portal. In that they'll have a customer support portal there you can report that that your account has been hacked. If it is more serious issue, you can go for filing an FIR, and you can also file a complaint in cybercrime.gov.in, which is monitored by I4C for handling such cybercrime activities.
Right, sir. I think the next question is please specify, is it safe to use VPN while browsing?
Yes, VPN are mainly used for safe use of internet. You can use.
Yes. All right. So those are the questions, sir, as of now. So once again, we thank you for your time and enlightening us, and on various aspects. At the same time, to clarify all the queries raised by our participants of this session. So once again, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the
Thank you.
opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
for
so much.
for the patients listening. Thank you, sir.
All right. So, sir, ma'am, like I have a couple of things, as I told you, to share it with all of you. So let me share, some of the competitions which we are organizing as part of our, as part of our activity, so that you can. So as we all know, like we are implementing this, stay safe online as part of the G20. So in this particular website, you have campaigns. There you have a pledge. So I request all of you, please go through that pledge and take a pledge, and to see like are we following all the things like which were mentioned in the pledge or not. So that is one thing, and we also have quizzes. Cyber hygiene practices quiz is there, and safe online practices quiz is there. So as I told you, you can just take the quiz, and if you are able to successfully complete that quiz, and you also will be given some kind of participation certificate immediately. And we are also regularly organizing these competitions as part of this stay safe online campaign, so you can also participate in that stay safe online participate competitions, and win excellent prizes with high volume or high volume worth prizes, right? And we have launched these competitions recently, so which are related to all the age groups, where you, if you have some drawing and painting skills, you can participate. And you have storyboards, like cartoon storyboards, you can do it. And you also can participate in the short video competitions. All right. So you also can share your experiences. See, for example, you have come across through kind of issue, and how you got rid of it, right? Those experiences also you can share it. And the reels and short competitions, like, which should be useful for awareness creation and slogan writing and all. So for all these details, you can visit this link, national level competitions. So every month, like we are, changing the theme. So for the month of March, like safe and secure use of social media platforms. So in this particular month, so you can participate any of the things, either painting, drawing, and all, all those competitions, slogan writing competitions. So from February to October 2023, we have lined up a lot many number of themes, for this competition. So all the months, like every month, you can submit your, work or activity kind of thing, and you have very good amounts are, there are there. Prize amounts are already there. If at all, if you are, won that, and you can, chances that like you can win all these awards and all those things, and you have consolation prizes also. So you can participate, and at the same time, you also can share this information with your family and near and dear people, so that they also get benefit out of it. So these are the things. It is not for the sake of competitions. So these are the things which we are organizing to inculcate the cyber hygiene practices among the all set of users across the, across the nation, and all parts of the country. Either students can participate, children can participate, as an individual you can participate, and all women, whoever it is, senior citizen, and all whoever is having the such kind of skills, they can always participate, and they can showcase their talent. So this is an opportunity to all of you to showcase your talent, and at the same time you also can win exciting prizes kind of thing. All right. So I request all of you kindly visit these portals, visit this portal, stay safe online, and get all the details, and try to participate in those competitions, right? So I hope you all got the information. So with this, we thank all of you for your